Propaganda is a covert communication method used in leading men to action. There's your definition. It's a covert communication method used in leading men to action. Notice what it says here. Propaganda does not primarily serve to change the opinions of man, but instead to reinforce and intensify his opinions for the purposes of leading men to action. Propaganda seeks action. Propaganda seeks to inspire belief-motivated action. Nazi officials did not believe themselves to be evil, but rather they viewed themselves as being superior. And their belief-motivated actions led to mass murder. Superiority is an easy lever for the propagandist because men want to believe that they are superior to other people. And that's really one of the big reasons why propaganda works. Modern man doesn't understand the real power of propaganda because he believes the average person, if you ask them on the street what propaganda is, they'll say, oh, I can spot it. I know it when I see it. Oh, that's fake news. I can tell you. The reason why propaganda works so well is because modern man cannot detect it. He thinks it's something that it's not. He thinks it's easy to detect. He believes it is composed of tall tales and overt lies. And this attitude leaves him as easy prey for the propagandist. The true aim of propaganda is mobilization. The propagandist expends no energy on raising the political understanding of existing trends and world events. Instead, his goal is to achieve results through action. He wants to influence public opinion for the purpose of mobilization. Napoleon once said, the politics of the future will be the art of mobilizing the masses. And that's what we see today, a sea of people aggregating, combining their efforts, mobilizing. That's what we see the purpose of social media, to mobilize. In fact, political campaigns use what to win elections? They use social media. So social media is a powerful method for the propagandist. He uses it. And what I want you to understand is that propaganda is not something that is foreign to you. It is not something that you disagree with. See, propaganda is leveraged by every form of government. It doesn't matter what government that you're talking about. Communism, socialism, democracy. In fact, democracy is much easier. Some think that propaganda is primarily a tool of Nazis or communists. We talked about this earlier when we said that people think it's very easy to detect propaganda, but they're wrong. It's not easy to detect it because it's subtle. It's not overt. It's covert. We should not be surprised that propaganda is heavily leveraged by democratic governments. And in democracies, propaganda can become the most toxic in its effects. We can look back to Stalinist propaganda, for example. In Stalinist Russia, Stalinist propaganda was in great measure founded upon Pavlov's theory of the conditioned reflex, a simple kind of propaganda that worked very effectively. Nazi propaganda was in great measure founded on Freud's theory of repression and libido. A very different kind of propaganda, but very effective. And then, of course, American propaganda, which is founded in great measure on Lockean liberalism and even Dewey's theory of teaching. Propaganda has been going on in the United States since the dawn of our nation. When, in fact, one of the things that we'll find in the United States Declaration of Independence is the phrase merciless Indian savages. Merciless Indian savages. In fact, these were the original inhabitants here of the United States, the Native Americans, but through great use of propaganda here in the United States, they instead dubbed them merciless Indian savages. Well, that sounds like somebody you should kill, right? A merciless Indian savage is much different than a noble savage, right? And so, again, the use of propaganda has been very, very powerful here in the United States.